You want to create a continuous fly-through effect for Instagram? Well, let's see how to do this in Resolve. Okay, we've got our still shot here of Shrek. And so what I'm going to do is reduce the length here to a little less than 2 seconds in duration, so about 120. Okay. Okay, next what we want to do is go into the color section. And in here we're going to go into the window section. We're going to select curve. And now we're just going to zoom in here and I'm going to mask out the mouth. Okay, so I have that. I'm going to add a little softness here based on experience. And I'm going to right click here and add an alpha output. Connect that up. And then we're going to go ahead and invert this. So now this is the section that we're going to have the effect so that we can get the fly through. Okay, so now let's go back into the edit section. And in here we're going to do a dynamic zoom. So we go back into the inspector, turn on dynamic zoom. I'm going to click this here so that it shows up for dynamic zoom. And what we want to do is actually set up the box so that it's inside the mouth. The other thing I want to do is make the outside box about twice as big as the clip. Also, I'm going to adjust it so that the position is just below the teeth. Okay, and I'm going to straighten this out or center this out. And the reason why I selected this position is so that we get the same plane as it's flying through the mouth, okay, or as close to the same plane as the inner box. The next thing I'm going to do is swap it, okay. I'm going to move this up to the top, and then we're going to copy the clip. All right, and then we're going to drag each clip approximately 14 frames from the start of the first clip. Okay, and then we're going to go and do the next one about the same. So I'm going to count out 14, which would be about 28. Just right there. And then another 14, which would be 18 right there. All right, so we've got all 4 of those set up. So now you can quickly see how this effect works. Now, excluding the first clip here, the subsequent ones work out pretty well. I wanted to make sure that we could still get his eyes. The only thing left for us to do is to fade in each of the clips. So we're going to fade these in about a second, a little over a second in duration. All right. Okay, so now if I go through this, if I scrub it real quick, I'm going to actually zoom in here a little bit. We should see it working. There we go. So the next thing we want to do, we're not going to actually use all of this. And the way we want to set this up so that we can loop it is we're going to set a marker. What I'm going to do here is set a marker for my loop. I'm going to set one right here. And then I'm going to go back until, let's see where it is first. It's right there. Okay, so now I'm going to go back until it looks like it's at the point where it's going to make a loop. I think it's about right there. Okay, so now I'm going to actually set up the editor for a loop playback. So I'm going to select that, select loop, and now I'm going to press play. And actually what you need to do is do Alt/, and that will loop it. Okay, so it looks pretty good. It's not playing back as smoothly. There we go. It's doing much better. You can kind of see that it's working well. Now, in order for us to render this correctly, we need to actually go into the Deliver tab, and we're going to go and set up our start and end points right where those markers were. So we're going to start there. We're going to end here at the second marker. That way, when we render this, it will set up the clip exactly where we want it, so that when we upload it to Instagram, it will automatically loop it. So you just go in here and set this up for H.264. That's fine. I'll set the file name. And then you just add it to the render queue and render it and upload it. And that's all you have to do. If you got any questions on how to upload this up to Instagram, I'll leave a link for a couple of tutorials. One for changing the aspect ratio, another one just for the general upload. If you got any questions, please leave those in the comments below. Otherwise, thanks and stay tuned for the next tutorial. Peace.